back to Studioloo. It's Cindy. So today I'm going to work on quickly on my Tinkerlab challenge. So today's the 29th and distance is the theme. So let's just check this off. I did collection and I'm doing distance today. So initially I was going to make a journal card with an image that sort of showed the sky, and I was going to do like a sort of like a pathway that was like a triangle coming out from it. But then I found this picture of this turtle and kind of looking off in the distance, and I really love it so much I thought I would back it. So I backed it with some cardstock, and I figured I would just kind of embellish it a little bit and make a big journaling card out of it. And so I actually kind of want to keep it simple. I just, you know, my go-to that I like to do with book pages all the time, because I just really like how it looks, is just make these kind of like almost like cloud type feeling shapes and collage them on top of the image. So yep, that's what I want to do, because I just really love how that looks, and I feel like it really ties together what I'm doing here, making journals, so that it's a very literary kind of thing. And I'm also just really in love with this old German book that I have. It's just a really nice book. Okay, so I think I will put those on there. I might ink around them in yellow, because that would be kind of cool. I feel like the ink rebel, like everyone uses a lot of brown ink to distress things, and I like that. It looks really good, but I'm the ink rebel. In my myriad of colors of ink that I'm always using. I think because a lot of people make a lot of vintage themed things with vintage materials, which I do some of, but I don't know. I'm like an all over the place kind of person, so that's how I like to keep it. Okay, so that's inked. Now I'll glue this down. And then I had another idea. I was thinking maybe of putting some like, I have this nice like gold leaf paint that I might make some like star type little painted little star kind of things on this. So I might do that. So I had this funny thing happen today. So I keep a lot of my materials for journal making in an old like 70s dresser. I love dressers for organization. Like I know there's all sorts of shelves out there and stuff, but I particularly love dressers. I own several of them for things that they are not intended for, because I like keeping things neatly in drawers, not just like cubbies. And I don't like plastic, so I like to have like wood things. And so one of my drawers got stuck on my dresser of materials, and I'm like, okay, apparently my hoarding is getting a little out of control here. So I had to dislodge it like majestically by removing the drawer underneath it and then like reaching my arm around the back. And I noticed that the bottom of the drawer, it had like fallen out. Pardon my reach. I'm just gonna grab my paint from back here. There we go. Sorry. So I had to like dislodge it. This like the bottom of the shelf had kind of at the back dropped out a little bit, like one of the nails in one corner that holds the bottom of the shelf on gave way, and it's just like a thinner piece of wood in the bottom of a dresser drawer. Oh yeah, I forgot about this thing. It has this impossibly hard to take off lid. Oh, it's really easy today. Wow. It must be Friday. So anyhow, so I started like pulling all these things from the back of that drawer and like trying to slip them through the crack of the broken like section of the drawer. And I thought like, okay, my over collecting of things is becoming an issue here. this thing can't even open. And so then when I got it out, as it turns out, it's actually not that big of a deal. It was just that like the drawer came loose because it's an old dresser. So like I don't have to be stressed out. It was actually quite empty because all I have in there is like a few like sort of random papers. And so yeah, it wasn't that bad. What am I trying to do here? Little stars, little stars. But yeah, I got the whole thing sorted out and I re-nailed it. It's one of 3 problems that I need to solve. So if you heard my dishwasher saga earlier this week, we still have not gotten notification from the hardware store that our new dishwasher is arrived. I'm really super irritated about it. I'm tired of doing dishes by hand. I don't know how y'all do that. I could not and won't deal with that, like with small kids, and ugh, I just can't. Right now I just can't deal with dishes. I don't need to deal with dishes. So this guy Brian called me like yesterday saying like, or no, a couple days ago, and he's like, oh, we have to order this from our distribution hub and you can pick it up on Friday. Well, Brian, it's Friday and I haven't heard from you, so if you're watching this because you're like a journalaholic, I really am expecting a call right now. So yeah, hopefully Brian calls me, because I'm gonna call him tomorrow. I'm gonna call there tomorrow and be like, where's my dishwasher, guys? I'm not gonna get grumpy because I know everybody's working hard and like dealing with all sorts of stuff right now, and nobody needs drama from anybody, but like I really am tired of doing dishes by hand. I'm just gonna have my first world problem and peace here. So yeah. But no, it's amazing like what you take for granted. Like I never had a dishwasher as a young person, like for years. I've only had one like since I've been an older person. I don't know, an older person, like probably since my early 30s. I haven't been hand washing dishes, and having like 2 little kids, like between the laundry and the dishes and like working full-time and you know this pandemic, like I just don't have the patience. And also like we cook all the time at home. We rarely get takeout because of our diet, plus you know we're just trying to be locked down and safe. So I think this is done. I'm really just happy with it as is, and I'm gonna stitch around it. I know that was a really simple one, but yeah, that's my distance challenge for today. So that will get stitched around and become a journal card for a future journal. But yeah, I also, you know what I can show you? I'm working on the Mythical Beasts journal. I got the signatures picked out today. I haven't trimmed them down yet, and I don't want to do that on camera because I feel like it would just be kind of like tedious for you to watch. But I can show you the first page because it's like done and made from this cool page from the book that I again paper collaged on, and it's got the antlion. So here's just a little sneak peek of this journal. Look at these papers, aren't they amazing? These marbled red papers, I love them so much. So I'm going to put some indigo paper and handmade and jelly prints and some digitals, all sorts of fun stuff. So it's going to be a really fun journal, I think. And I can show you what else I got done. So the next thing I'm going to do is cut the signatures down and bind them. I'll probably try to do that tonight. So there's the cover. That's the book they're going into. There's the spine. I got the 5 signatures drawn on the spine. I made this into a pocket. This is the cover of the little book that I've been using for the ephemera. So that'll go in the book. I'm going to use this little label somewhere in the book. This is a bookmark that I found inside this original German book, so I'm going to throw that in there too. And then I'll go through the ephemera I made. So there's this journal card, this large journal card, another large journal card, pocket, this little booklet, journal card. This is like a card, journal card, tag, pocket, pocket. This is a journal card with the writing on the back. So is this one. And then that is another journal card. And then I have the book plate that I'm going to put on the front of this as well. I'll probably wait to put it on until after I get the signatures in, but it's going to go right down there. I love these. They're like 1930s, like old book plates. So that's what this is going to look like. So yeah, I'll probably work on trimming it down tonight and getting that. I love this curved spine so much. I'm so glad I learned this technique. It really works well. So I was trying to decide, like, I should plan what I'm going to do before I start this video. And I didn't really plan, but you know what I do have to do? The rest of my, so these are some more papers and things that I have set aside for my next journal. This here. Okay, so this is what my my journal of first is looking like. Actually, I've been filling it out. I've been doing a pretty good job. It's good. I've also stuck the prompts for the Tinkerlab in here so that I have it in a couple of places and I don't forget to do them. I'm trying to find, oh, here they are right here. So we still have the stuff to do from the Shabby Dabby Doodah challenge, the Book Buster challenge. So I think I will try to work on these. Okay. And I'm going to grab this cardstock. It's actually not all that thick. It's not quite cardstock. It's like this weird in-between kind of light cardboard. It's not thick enough for a lot of things that I like to do. So I like this image. I'm just going to back it onto this cardstock and then cut it out and then work on it. I'm so glad it's Friday. It's been such a week of like craziness with work. Just a lot of things where, like, you ever get in a situation where somebody else, like, be it at a customer or somebody you work with, they mess something up and it eats up a lot of time and a deadline, and then like you have to do all your parts at like a rapid rate, like to try to make up for how they kind of messed up. Well, that was me today with two different things where in one case it was my colleague, in another case it was my customer who kind of messed something up with their customer, and now they're sort of saying like, hey, can you pick up my slack? So that's what I was trying to do today, making my very best effort to do so. Oh, there's that annoying notification I need to turn off so you don't have to listen to my wing chimes. Oops. Snooze. There we go. Sorry, that took me a little longer than I could remember how to do it. But yeah, so I had to do a bit of that today. Work requires so much patience, but I guess that's what they pay you for, right? I'm just going to do the inevitable rounding off of corners that I like to do with most of my journal cards because I like how it looks. And this one to me just says like flowers or something. So I've got this bag of, I have all these fussy cuts. I've started making an ephemera folder. I started it last night, and I'm going to get it put together. I've got a plan for a couple different types of ephemera folders actually. Because I've got a lot of big stuff too, and I'm trying to figure out what the best way to deal with this big stuff is. I mean, I just honestly need to just make journals and use things because I've got a lot of stuff right now. but I won't soon. I will use up a lot of it. I don't have like a ton of stuff. It's not too bad, but not quite. I'm going to use some littler flowers here. Most of these are quite big though, I think. The thing is, like, trying to keep these bags organized. Like, I often just put like one kind of thing in them, but I don't know. Maybe something like that, but much more fussy, cut out properly would be nice. I just kind of cut these out like without a lot of, excuse me, focus. Apparently I'm sleepy again, although I'm not as bad as I was the other night when I was trying to make a video, and I was like, honestly, I was the most, like, I won the daytime award for boringness because, yeah, that was really boring. So boring that I did not even post the video because I don't want to be like unintentional ASMR. Although I think for a lot of people, they do watch videos like this as ASMR. I know I do. I'm just going to fussy cut this out properly here. Yeah, I watch like a lot of journal videos that just voices just kind of put me to sleep. Although my daughter is currently still sleeping in my bed with me at night, which is okay, but she likes to watch a movie before bed, which we're allowing for now. It's just a little bit easier than having a bedtime routine that involves arguing about things, and so she is wanting to watch like every night either the movie WALL-E or the movie Ratatouille. So I have seen these films so many times at this point, like through my eyelids really, but I essentially have like made her stop watching them so much because I'm like, this isn't good. Although I do remember doing this exact same thing when I was a kid, like watching the same movie again and again. Oh, I really don't want to cut that off. There we go. But yeah, I had her watch like Brave the other night. So we watched Brave, and then a couple nights she's just fallen asleep when I've like read to her, and we just like carry her upstairs to bed. But yeah, we're switching up our routine again. We've been doing this routine because my son is a very light sleeper. Like, I was really blessed with my daughter. She was like the best sleeper as a baby. Him, no way, not so much. He is a light sleeper, and the problem is she's still so hyper at nighttime, and it's hard to get him to get like his sleep when she's bouncing around so much. But we're gonna try to change it up again so that we can both sleep in our room and not have like separate sleeping arrangements with the kids. So that's the objective for this weekend, switching beds around. But I honestly don't mind it. I think like so much is just a little bit different than it used to be because of like being at home so much. I think I really just crave a lot of family time, so I'm totally cool with my kids both sleeping in my room in their own little beds, which is what we're going to be setting up for now. Just until my son gets a little older. Like, my daughter slept in our bedroom until, well, I mean, she still is, but for a while there, she was sleeping in her own room when she was like 3, and now she's just turned 4. So yeah, they're going to be sleeping in their own rooms soon. It's just a matter of waiting for my son to kind of get to a level of like, he can just independently sleep at night without waking up. Right now he wakes up a few times at night. And you got to enjoy these things while they're little, right? And it doesn't last long. I should have did this ahead of time, but I didn't know what I was going to do today. But I wanted to make some kind of a video today. Because it's Friday and I don't have to be all like in a rush to do everything. Although there are still people at work sending me messages, but I cut that off. I'm not working overtime like a crazy person. I don't need to. It's like nothing is so urgent that people need to work like 12-hour days or something. I'm not doing that anymore. It's just not good for us. We get grumpy and we like don't get enough life in, you know? I was reading an article this morning about how like cell phones and cell phone notifications are like so addictive and like they're really affecting our lives. And yeah, it's definitely a thing. Like I personally don't keep my phone in my bedroom at night. And I always thought I would, like, because, you know, it's a good thing to have in there as, like, an emergency, like, in case of anything, right? But it's just too distracting. I can't, like, I'll have it in there, but it has to be off. Because if I hear any little sound, I wake up. And maybe that's where my son gets his fickle sleeping from. Because I'm a very light sleeper. I need to go grocery shopping tonight. I don't want to, but I need to. I need to buy butter. My daughter made some butter with her dad today, which is nice. They were just shaking up butter by hand with some cream. And that's kind of fun. Almost there. I know this is all part of the process, though. So if people ever wonder what goes into making a journal, and it's a lot of stuff like this, little fussy little things that you do. Did I miss this one? No, I cut it. Okay. I think I missed a little spot, though. There's always those little clingers that hang on. There we go. And I'm not going to worry if there's still just a titch of white, because I'm going to ink it and you won't even know. So I actually went through all that effort without knowing if this is even going to work on this piece, but we're going to make it work. Yeah. Yeah, okay. No, that's okay. ultimately it doesn't really matter if you like do accidentally like disconnect these little stems, because when you glue it down it all like reconnects just fine. Just as long as I can remember where everything went. And that I think tore off of where, well, I know where it goes up here, so let's just put it on and we'll figure it out. Come to me. At least I think I know where things go. Oh, let's glue. This goes this way, I think. Actually, no, it doesn't, but let's just see. These are independent now, which actually gives me a little bit more option in where I put them. I think the big flower was actually at the bottom before. Okay. Get rid of this gluey page because I'm going to stick it to my own hand. Now, let's trim the excess here. Alright, now let's ink this with a brush. Oops, there's a little glue stuck on there, I think. It's making my ink a little globby. Let's just give that a bit of a rub, and it will rub the excess glue off and take the ink with it. There we go. I'm just running the ink over to get rid of any stark white kind of stuff that happened, or I didn't get the scissors all the way to the edge or something. There we go. Trying to decide, maybe it needs something here, like a piece of fabric or something. This is the ephemera folder I'm making. I have an idea. Okay, so I think what I want to do, a little piece of ribbon here, and one of these little, maybe two of these little flowers, just pull them right off their stem. I have like a huge stash of silk flowers. I'm trying to use them up. Some of them anyhow. And I think I will do that. Let's Make like a little cluster up there of things. Set those little flowers aside. Oh dear, it's my Fabri-Tac bottle that I keep forgetting to refill, and every time I use it I'm like, I'll refill it next time. I think we're just gonna get to like an empty Fabri-Tac bottle before I actually worked this out. That's okay. Okay, just glue that down. There we go. Are there two of those? Yes. Okay, let's just glue it down. Okay, so that is that, and that's also going to go through my sewing machine. So that is my 30 minutes today that I have time to make a video. I know a lot of it was spent fussy cutting, but we did make two things, so yay, we made some ephemera, and that's a good thing. I will stitch around both of those. Anyhow, I hope you have a really good day. I will definitely film something over the weekend, and I will talk to you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. All of my information is in the description box below. Thank you.